So, hmm, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tay. Yeah, and I'm here to pretty much talk about Black history. Pretty much, yeah, honoring this month and what it's about. That is the goal of this whole video. Um, yeah, just coming to celebrate. That's what it is. A celebration of Black history of my people. Yes, of my people because if I have a platform to be able to utilize and celebrate, that's what I'm going to do because I feel that's what I'm supposed to do. But before I really get into all of the subjects that I wanted to tackle dealing with me honoring Black History Month and everything like that, I just want to say hello to anybody who decided to jump in and say hello and pop up in here with me for our weekly episodic podcast. Yes, I guess this is a podcast. Technically, might as well just call it a podcast. Um, Yeah, so welcome. Uh, in a few minutes, I will drop a link, and if anybody wants to join me, they most definitely can. I'm just going to be pretty much, like I said, going over. I have some notes. Yes, I have some notes. Got to respect the history, and just go over some things, some fun facts, some things everybody probably already knows. I'm going to come a little different when it comes to Black history. I want to actually talk about some history. I want to talk about some Black history. We're going to dive into it, guys. That's what we're going to do. So, yeah, welcome to the show. Thank you so much, Aaron, for dropping in. I really appreciate that. Hello, Aaron. Thank you so much for Aaron and Aaron. Aaron just spelled two different ways. Hey, Aaron, thank you so much for dropping in as well. Thank you. Dirty Shoe Bear, what is going on? Hope you are doing okay. All is well over here. Hello, loving what I do. Hope you are doing well. I am doing okay. What up, Tay? Hope you're having a blessed day. I'm having a day. I guess that's all that matters, right? I'm up, I'm alive, and I'm walking. That's what some people say. Some people say as long as you're walking up on earth, that's a good day. But hey, just depends on what you believe in, right? Hey, it's your boy Tay. Hello. Happy Sunday, everybody. I agree. Happy Sunday. Hey, all can't stay working. Thank you. Appreciate you just dropping in for a quick second. That means a lot. Thank you. Hello. How are you doing? Nothing. Just chilling. So, what's going on? What's going on, guys? I know y'all want to hear that. I've already said it, but y'all are late, so y'all didn't hear it. Yeah. Y'all, if y'all are on time, I'm just kidding. Y'all know I'm just kidding. Notifications just coming in. So we're gonna give it a little bit before I jump in here. What's going on, D Middleman Picker? Hello, Jen's Closet and Gems. Hope you're doing wonderful today. Full time hunters, hope you're doing well as well. Well as well. Well. Well wishes as I send you well wishes on this day. Savor first. Hope you're doing good. Thrifting after work. 15 in the chat. That's good enough for me. Let's go. Okay, so happy Sunday, guys. Happy Sunday. Happy Black History Month. As you can see, the logo right there. Happy Black History Month, guys. Yeah. No, like I told everybody earlier, I have a platform. I want to talk about Black history, and that's what we're gonna do. I want to honor some people, and I want to talk about it. So yeah, feel free at any time to drop any questions you have about Black history, your opinions about Black history. I want to know it all. Yeah. So if we don't know, it was started by a historian and an author. According to the Library of Congress, the National African American History Month first began in 1915 when Dr. Carter Woodson founded the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, which is now known as the Association of Study of African American Life and History, or ASALA. That's what we're going to call it. So Woodson was urging other organizers to promote the achievements of Black Americans as early as 1920. To continue these efforts through the 1920s through 1926, he put out a press release naming week in February as Negro History Week. It wasn't until the 1976 that Black History Month was nationally recognized, and it is only the 111th year that all Black Americans has the same voting rights as white Americans. And I'm going to kind of stop right there before I continue because I think that is all a nutshell, all in itself. I want to kind of tackle this subject, and every time I tackle a subject, like I said, I'm going to stop, drop a link. You don't have to join. Doesn't matter if you're white or Black. You can just join in if you want to talk about the subject that I'm currently talking about, because I'm gonna try to keep this a little bit semi-professional because I want to respect Black History Month because it's Black History Month. So we're gonna try to keep this as professional as I can. And yeah, just try to, if you do come in, give you a few minutes to state your case or whatever the case may be. I am a Black man, so I feel like I can say whatever I want to say about this matter. It is what it is. Um, but yeah, so like I said, the very last thing I said was that the month. Oh no, I didn't say that yet. This is only the 101st year that all Black Americans has the same voting rights as all white Americans, and that's really still not true in all cases. Of course, that's true in a lot of areas, but they make it so hard for Black people to actually vote. If you look in a lot of the cities that Black people predominantly stay in, and you look at the laws around voting, they make it hard. Like the IDs, identification that you need, they make it tougher. They want you to have your ID, social security card, birth certificate. They want you to bring a light bill. They want you to bring a cable bill. They want you to bring the babysitter. They want you to bring like so many forms of documentation just to be able to vote. Um, and those laws are stricter in certain areas than they are overall. So yeah, I mean, what's up with that? Do y'all have any opinions about that? Do y'all think it's easier for Blacks to vote nowadays, or I mean, I believe like this, what this past election in itself was an example of why it's so hard for a lot of Black people and people of color to vote. And when I say Black, to me, I look at like when I look at other ethnicities, if you're either white or Black to me, like you're either colored or you're white. That's just how I see in life. I only see two colors. Yeah, so you're either white or you're Black. If you're Puerto Rican, you're Black. If you have any kind of other ethnicity in you, you're Black. That's just me. That's just how I look at it. Which we'll get into all of that a little bit later on as well. And I didn't drop a thing. There goes the link. So yeah, right now we're currently discussing like the voting rights and things like that when it comes to Black history. And do you think we've came anywhere? Do you think that do you think that we can improve when it comes to voting or anything like that? I mean, that's just something I want to tackle too because I think it's very important that we encourage people to get out there and vote. And when it comes to like Black history, we don't have enough people encouraging us to really, really get out there and vote until like this last election process. Really, I mean, Obama got elected. That's when you seen most of the Black people came out to vote, and then this past election because people didn't like who the current president or the former president was. A lot of Blacks came out to vote. But before that, if you look at the polls, we don't vote. We don't get out. We don't vote. We ain't got time for none of that. So why? I mean, why is that? And everybody wants to scream about change and all the things that we need for change. But that is one of the key components when it comes to change. Like we really need to get in this mindset of, you know what, I need to get out there and actually vote not only in the general elections, but these smaller elections as well. Those actually matter. No, I'm not a politician. This is not about politics. I'm not talking about. I don't care. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care at all. I am just saying, like, in order to make the change that you think that you want mentally in your mind, like voting kind of matters. And it sucks that it's only been 100 years that we're on the same wavelength, and people are like, "Oh, it's been a long time." No, it's not. It's really, really not. We're still so behind in so many areas, and I think voting is one of the areas that we really need to focus on moving forward as a community. And 80% of Black people vote one way. I think that I find that interesting as well. So yeah, that's just a little subject I just want to bring up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's part of history. I mean, when you really think about it, I mean, just now having the same voting rights as our white counterparts. I mean, yeah, that's kind of. Let me come up to the because I can't really say y'all are saying hi to everybody. Hello, Diana. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Connie. I might say hey to y'all twice. I'm not sure. What's going on, Julian? Hope you're doing all right, man. Drop that link. You know what I'm saying? You come join the conversation because I know we'll have a conversation that some of y'all might want to jump in a minute. I think I said hello to all of you. What's going on, Vincent in the house? Hope you're doing all right. Thank you. Appreciate that. It was easy for me. I just said yes when I say getting my state ID. That's good. That's what's up. What's going on, the flipping sports guy? Hope you're doing okay today. What's going on, Philly Pickering? Hope you're doing all right as well. I believe hard doesn't describe the difficulty. I agree with you in the importance. Yes, I agree. That's definitely important. But since the since ASLA they came out with Black History Month, they usually have a focus every single year about what Black history should mean to everybody. And the month this month, the month should be focusing on the ways in which Black families were separated from their birthplaces through the atrocities of slavery and the effects that this had. So that's we're gonna kind of touch on that topic a lot because that's what the topic is supposed to be about for this year's Black History Month. Um, so when I feel again, if we're gonna talk about Black history, I want to honor what it's really supposed to be about. So as we know, we wonder how blacks got separated from their families initially when it came. Oh, I see somebody popping in the background. So I don't know which subject he wants to jump in on. So I'm gonna stop real quick and give him the proper respect. Hmm. What's going on, David? Doing all right?
Hey Tay, how's it going, man?
I'm doing all right, man. First of all, we know how I do. You have to introduce yourself.
Yeah, hey everybody, I'm thrifting after work, David. Just wanted to jump in. There's something I'm really actually pretty passionate about, and I try to do a lot of education. One of the things that I do in my real life is I work in healthcare, and I work in one of the lowest income and highest diversity area within my city. So one of the things that we do is a lot of education for um, for our patients and everybody that of all different races, but specifically we do have a large amount of black patients that we try to make sure that we help them as far as education goes. Because and I wanted to jump in on the voting thing that you were talking about.
Okay. So your opinion. Oh, I don't like the screen. So your opinions when it comes to
Well,
voting.
so the biggest thing for me, and one of the things that I think that we stress too much on is the fact that you know yes, the laws are good now. The laws have been changed and things are better, and yes, you can, no matter what you can say, you can argue that things are technically better on the law standpoint. But the problem is that nobody went back and fixed what was wrong before. Like you were saying, is that when you're talking about the gerrymandering of all the different communities, the redlining laws, where African Americans and all races were allowed to buy houses, and then they split those voting areas up. So the fact that we have done progress now, and and you can say yes, moving forward the laws are better and things are more equal and things like that. The problem is that there was no effort or um, financial or whether it was financial or just educational or legally to go back and say, hey, these were the issues 30 years ago that are multi-generational that we are now still facing, but we just said, okay, well, we fixed the laws so everything's better. It's not. We need to go back and fix the and try to rewrite the institutions that were there previously. And until we go back and do that and make a good effort to go back and do that, we're not going to really have the progress that people like to say that we have now.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing for me, and that's as one of the things that we do and try to get the communities to get together and say, hey, like, you know we need community advocates, like you were saying, like we need people advocating for going out and voting, for going out and having different education for for political and financial and all these different things. Because yes, the laws have changed now and are different now and are better now, but we're still dealing with the fact that for 5 generations previously that was not the case. And just fixing everything on paper now and saying, hey, because it's written down now that laws are equal and that voting rights are the same, doesn't mean that for generations and generations you had differences, and we never really went back and fixed those. We just said, okay, let's okay, we'll correct what we did wrong. We'll just we'll check the box on the paper, and then just say, okay, so moving forward everything's fine. But we have to look backward, and until we do that, I think we're still going to have a lot of issues.
I definitely agree with you on so many levels. In essence, like complacency is the devil. Complacency is the worst enemy. I think we've seen that at one stage. We got complacent as a people, and something reared its head, and it showed that people got scared again, and people felt the need they had to get out there and rush out there and do something now to make a change. But if people had done something like you said, had always been planning to go out there and do what they need to do or bring knowledge to the forefront or whatever the case may be, then we would have been prepared, or we can be prepared for any situation moving forward. or in the present, or would have been the present, but which is now the past. But yeah, I just think we definitely need to education, get out there,
Yeah.
talk more. I mean, I think it's man, we just I don't know, man. I think we get caught up in the wrong things, man. Our we I don't know, man. When I go to people's houses, like I'm bad too. Like my TV's always on sports. It's always on the wrong things. It's don't take the time out the day to watch the news a little bit or read the proper book that you need for education of your people or just history or
Yeah.
whatever the case to move forward. Or being around that certain people. I mean, I'm not trying to knock my people because if you have any kind of dream, any kind of passion, please be it. But years ago, it's not as bad as it was. But 20 years
Yeah.
ago, like everybody wanted to be a rapper, everybody wanted to be a football player or NBA star, like everybody wanted to be in the percentage of the job market that it was so difficult to get in. Like, you know how many people actually are successful? So everybody focuses on the wrong things. Nobody really has nothing in their back pocket. And I'm not necessarily saying education because I'm not trying to contradict myself. I don't necessarily mean going to school is the answer, but
No,
I
no, no, I
do
agree.
I do mean education when it comes to like knowledge. There's so many other forms of information that we need to better our society as a whole, and especially in the Black community. We are the only community that really doesn't not yeah, we are pretty much the only community that really doesn't take care of each other. I know a lot of people feel the same way. Like we see all the Korean restaurants, Chinese restaurants. We see like little Asian towns. Like they they're not competition with each other. It doesn't seem like they're competition with each other. Um, we we were did dirty. We were forced over here, you know what I'm saying? Not by our own people solely. And yet it seems like my people are against my own people when it comes to like competition and just like hating each other and just like the violence. Like these are proven statistics. We are violent against our people more than anybody else. Like we are violent against each other. Um, I don't know, man. There's so many
Yeah,
so many subjects to
yeah, I
go.
think one of the big things is I think, and this isn't just a like a Black community thing or anything, but I think there needs to be an emphasis on the importance of community leadership, and people stepping into, like you said, those educational roles within their own community, because I think it's pretty, we can be honest, like, you know somebody that looks like me going into an inner city Black community and saying, hey guys, this is what we need to do, it's just not going to work. It really isn't. So we need to shift that focus of what is important in life, and that's again not just a Black community thing of just saying, hey, like we want community leaders, we need to help spread education, we need to talk about these issues from somebody that people can relate to, because that's a big thing, is that having somebody that people can relate to, and I think that was very big during the big movements of change, is that people had not necessarily a specific person, but a group of specific people to kind of look at, to you talk your Malcolm X's, your Martin Luther King's, you're all kind of you know um people that were held to not necessarily a higher standard, but who stepped up and took that role and said, hey, we're going to start talking about this, and doing all these things, because again, if that was somebody that wasn't within that culture, or that people can relate to, it's just not going to work. So I think that's a big thing, and I think we are starting to see that more now. Um, and especially with, like, I think financial education is a big one too, and that's why I love seeing, like, one of the things that I try to I was talking to somebody that I work with about this yesterday, is like when they were talking about their mom, and talking about their mom's getting close to 60 and doesn't have anything for retirement, and I was just asking them, like, hey, like, you know because they were asking me for advice. I was like, hey, just as a question, like, is and as somebody who's Black that I'm talking to, I was like, is your mom somebody that would relate more to hearing this advice through, you know, the eyes of somebody in their own community, through a Black voice? And she's like,
Um,
yes, absolutely. And I was like, okay, perfect. So here's a list of people, go listen to like Chris Hogan from Dave Ramsey. Go listen to, just listen to some of the things that, even like somebody like Shaquille O'Neal talks about, with how he changed his financial mindset, with money. Like, we need to kind of help steer, and until we get past, a lot of things we need to have, certain icons and certain people that can talk to, all the different communities that are going to help relate. Because again, hearing things from somebody that you don't relate with, or somebody that you just don't trust based on history, is not gonna sit well.
Well, I think to the main issue when it comes to like looking at somebody, I think that's the problem. Like we are looking at people outside individuals. We're like the rappers and whoever the case may be. We're looking at the wrong individuals. I think the problem starts with home. It starts originally at home. It starts with education like fatherhood. It starts with education like don't be out here having babies if you can't be out here taking care of babies. And I mean that's what it starts with for me personally. I think that is the most important thing first, because I think so many people grasp to all these other people because of the broken homes. I mean, a lot of people that's the avenue they take. They don't have that right fatherhood figure or that. I mean, not necessarily a father. I mean, some people grandfather or whatever. Just people don't have the right home upbringing for the most part. Obviously, not every situation, and that's when they grasp on to somebody else, like maybe a bad influence or somebody they're trying to emulate who who can they can never actually achieve it. Like, oh man, I wish I would have thought I was going to be a professional wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like if like just I don't know. You know what I mean? Just like people we have some crazy dreams that never would happen. But I knew I would never be a professional wrestler. That's like me saying I wish I was going to be a basketball player. Like I don't know, or a rapper, or I don't know. I just wish
Mhm.
education was a little bit more when it came to like homebound or anything like that. But you have anything else to say before I let
No,
you
no.
go?
Again, thanks for letting me jump in, man. I love what you're doing. It's awesome. Again, what you're doing right now is great. Just spreading education and talking about it, and inviting people in. So awesome. I appreciate it. I'll see you back in the chat.
I appreciate you. Yeah, guys. So yeah, I definitely agree with everything that he was saying. I just it starts with knowledge and in the communities. It starts in our own communities first. I mean, I know I'm not a great advocate. I don't go back in my community and speak on every corner and just talk. But I try to be an example. You don't have. I don't think that's like necessarily the way that you have to do it, especially with social media nowadays. Like being an example is kind of. I'm not gonna say good enough, but being an example is kind of good enough. Like if you can set an example and trying to guide one person at a time, that's how it starts. Um, Discussion question before I move. 'Cause I like this. What can we do to make up for fix the mistakes? You can't do anything to fix your mistakes of the past. Like there's nothing you can do. That the past is the past. Only thing you can do is a move on the right way or move on the wrong way, and those are the only options. You can't make up for any mistakes of the past. The past, the only thing the past is good for has been the best teacher in the world. Like yeah, experience is the best teacher, hands down, hands down. So thank you, past, for being the teacher that keeps teaching me on a daily basis. Yeah, I believe that. Good afternoon. Looking forward to watching this video later. Outsourcing right now. Thank you so much for jumping in. Hello, Nana Tink Treasures. I appreciate that. What's going on, Derek? Appreciate you. I know you want to jump in and talk about something. Jen's Closet, Gravity Goods. What's going on, Gravity Goods? And Joe's Deals. I think I said hello to everybody. If I didn't say hello to you, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to kind of keep a little pace going, if you know what I mean. But yeah, like I was saying before we got back on the voting thing, like this month is supposed to be focused on a specific topic when it comes to Black history. So Black families who are being separated from their birthplaces by the atrocities of slavery and the effects that this had. Um, So the Black family knows no single location, since family reunions and genetic ancestry searches testify to the spread of family members across states, nations, and continents. The United States is the only country, or isn't the only country, that celebrates February as Black History Month. That includes countries like Canada, Germany, and United Kingdom. And I found that, and I thought it was interesting because somebody told me the other day. I think when I brought the subject up in my other live, I believe somebody was from Canada, and they were like, "I'm glad we didn't have slavery in my country." So yeah, that happened. You had slavery in your country, so that's why you celebrate Black History Month, because you had slavery in your country. Um, and right here it says people from Africa were taken as slaves and servants to Canada, the United Kingdom, and many other countries. American Indians owned thousands of Black slaves. So nobody is really we're gonna use the word innocent. Blacks had black slaves as well. The richer in Africa, we had richer black, we had richer blacks, and they were royalty, and they had slaves as well. They sold slaves within their own community. But yeah, that happened as well. People don't want to talk about that, but it happens. Um, but them bringing us over here and making us build their country and all kinds of crazy stuff, and then still keeping us in bondage with their laws and just oh man, it's so crazy, man. It's so crazy. It's still crazy how you can be a black man in America still to this day, and man, it's crazy how I don't do nothing wrong and I'm riding down the road when I see a cop and I still get like that nervousness. It's crazy. I'll walk down the road like there's times I won't be doing nothing wrong. I'll be clean. Nothing is going on. A cop pull behind me and we're riding for too long. If I see a gas station, I'm pulling in the gas station. I don't know why. I just knowing I'm not doing that wrong. But it's crazy. And I really don't have like that much bad luck when I get pulled over, even like with my record. I don't have like that much bad luck. When I'm getting pulled over. I get respected for the most part. The only time I've had like two bad run-ins with police officers. One pretty much in essence to me, pretty much trying to threaten my life, and that was the day that I got arrested. I had went on the run, and then they finally caught up with me. And then the day I got arrested, the cop pulled over to the side like he wanted me to run so he can do something to me. But you know what I'm saying? That's how I felt at the moment. But yeah, he tried me. He tried it, and it didn't happen. Try to take your boy out. I think he was trying to take your boy out. But I still don't look at like all cops negatively because I had cops in my family too. So I think that kind of sways me a little bit because I've had cops in my family. And yeah, just went on a whole tangent there. But yeah. So as black people, like we don't know where we came from. Like in essence, like we do, but we don't. You know what I'm saying? And there's another subject I'm going to tackle here when it comes to like black people and where they came from and everything like that. But it's just kind of it's crazy, man, to think about like where I can't go to like my home country. We think I know where my home country is, but like we don't know. Like we don't know. I don't know. I mean, somebody else might know, but I don't know. And I just think it's crazy when it comes to history, the things that we are lacking when it comes to history. Um, I already covered the Native Americans. Oh yeah, and Taya Miles is the one who provided that information when it comes to the all this information. The name is Taya Miles, so I want to give credit to the person I was getting some information from as well. And another subject I want to talk about: since Adam and Eve were white, where did black people come from? I'm just saying. I mean, since Adam and Eve were white, where did black people come from? That's everybody think Adam and Eve were white, although they were partially colored. Um, Drop that in the stream yard. Somebody want to pop up in here for this conversation. Uh, so before I'm going to just tackle this, and we're going to talk about what some scientists talk about. Scientists have long known that Africa is the cradle of human civilization. There, our ancestors shed most of their body hair around 2 million years ago, and their dark skin protected them from their skin cancers and other harmful effects of UV radiation. When human beings began leaving Africa 20,000 to 50,000 years ago, a skin whitening mutation appeared randomly in a sole individual. According to the 2005 Penn State study, the mutation proved advantageous as humans moved into Europe. Why? Because it allowed the migrants increased access to vitamin D, which is crucial to absorbing calcium and keeping bones strong. So, yeah, I'm just gonna drop that right there. I don't even know if y'all know what any of that meant, but I can reread it if you want me to. I know what it meant, but I'm not trying to piss nobody off. There's a lot of Bible believers in here, and I mean, depending on where you believe, black people are the originators. Everybody came from black. You can't get nothing without black. I'm just saying. I mean, that's what I believe. Go ahead and put that out there. You can't get nothing without black. Um, I believe we all came from the same person, the same being, and that's what it is. But did y'all know sun intensity is great enough in equatorial regions that the vitamin can still be made in dark skinned people despite the ultraviolet shielding effects of melanin? That's what a doctor named Rick Weiss of the Washington Post said. Rich reported of the findings, but in the north where sunlight is less intense, and more clothing must be worn to combat cold. Melanin's ultraviolet shielding could have been a liability. So, what y'all thinking? I wish I had somebody to talk to. I'm gonna catch up with the chat. What y'all thinking? It's so much easier when I have some dialogue. Because I'll tell you what I'm thinking real quick. Y'all want me to tell you? Y'all want me to tell you? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all stopping by for this conversation. But so here we go. This is gonna be a whole religious slash conversation. When you look at everybody's history, everybody has a source of history except for like black people. Especially when it comes to like religion. Most of most religions come from another religion one way or another. Oh man, I don't want to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it. Okay, most religions come from another religion one way or the another. If you just look at the word Holy Bible, and if you look up what it means, Holios Biblos, you just look at like all the Hebrew translations and the Arab words translations, and how we get from J's to J's were never in the Bible to, you know what I'm saying, like how the words translate. Like everybody gets a translation from something differently. I want somebody to answer this question. Well, who did black people serve before Christianity came along? I just want somebody to think long and hard about that. And when did Christianity even come along? Yeah, think about that too. Christianity just kind of popped up. So in Africa, before we were removed, who were we worshiping? So if you go back into history, and I wish I knew this guy's name, man. I want to give credit to where credit's due. There's if you go back into like caves, there is a temple where there's like a sun, and the name is like Josea. Why is it Josea? Anyway, it's like Josea. And when we got taken and brought to America, and then obviously after years and years of them destroying all the black communities in Africa as well, not only in America, but they were destroying the communities over there as they were trying to invade. But luckily, we had some warriors over there in Africa. Um, Ya Ashantawe, she is an African warrior, which we'll get into here in a little bit. Because although I date like all races and everything like that, I believe the black woman is the most treasured being on earth. I really do believe that, man, and then we'll get to why here in a minute. But I am all over the place. But going back to like the religion thing, this is why I believe when I'm always talking, I say God. Sometimes I say positive vibes. Sometimes I say, because I mean, when it comes down to it, nobody knows. That's just my opinion. You can have your beliefs. I believe in God. I believe in God. I believe in a God, but I'm a seeker. And when it comes to like Black history, I believe all people of color, man, like you need to do history. You need to study your history. If Christianity is the right way, right, then why were people so blessed before Christianity was forced upon them? And that's just like my community. I'm not trying. I'm not knocking Christianity, because if you catch me on Instagram, I'm singing gospel songs and I'm giving glory to God all the time. This is just a open conversation, open dialogue, and this is a history conversation. You got to know where you came from. I'm not saying that Jesus and Joshua is not the same person. You know what I'm saying? But like most religions connect anyway, so I'll leave that at that. I feel like I'm about to preach, and I don't want to preach. I'm not trying to people unsubscribe. You don't believe in God. That's not true. I believe in God. I just want people to open their eyes. Before you believe in something, you need to like seek wholeheartedly. Like you have to know what you believe in. I was a wanderer, man. Like before I was a Christian, I was praising Jesus just because that was the right thing to do. I didn't know my Black history, but when I had time to really sit down and deep dive into so many subjects, man, it's crazy. And then if I tell you a story of something that happened in my life, you're gonna be like, oh my God. Which I will, because like I said, I keep it real. So I had an experience in my life where I felt like I don't want to use the word alien, but I had an experience in my life where like I interacted with another being, man, and it's just crazy to think about all the possibilities. And to me, it was very real. Can nobody take that away from me ever? Like to me, that was the realest thing in the world that happened. It even happened to my brother. Like at the same time, we had the same story. We didn't even come together and tell the story to anybody. Like yeah. So anyway, so when things like that happen to you, that always good. And plus, everybody we're natural wanderers anyway. We're always going to question when something bad happens to us. We question a lot of things anyway. So with all that said and done, I'm gonna believe in do your due diligence in anything that you study, man. Anything that you study. I don't care if it's the Bible, the Quran, or if you believe that this phone right here is gonna I ain't gonna say that. I don't want you to believe that because that's not gonna get you into heaven. So don't believe no phone. But you know what I mean. Like believe in something. You really need to believe in something. Believe in the universe because we all share the same DNA. Did you know that if you walk outside and cut that tree, whatever tree is in your yard or bush, you share the same DNA with that tree, that bush? There are only like 100 and something creatures that's walking this earth or on this earth that we don't share DNA with. And most of the plants and everything else we share DNA with, guys. It doesn't matter what color you are, black, white, it doesn't matter. Because if you believe in Black history, we are all one people anyway. Ooh, hit them with the line; they don't even know. But yeah, if you believe in Black history, we are all one. So our history is history, period. Because oh man, I don't, my mouse people unsubscribe from me today. They be like, oh no, but it is what it is. This is my beliefs, and we all came from darkness. Even the Bible tells you that we all came from darkness. And then he said, "Let there be light." So we all came from darkness. Please know that. Ain't nobody want to join this conversation because I know y'all don't want to join this conversation. That's why. Let me say this too. On Instagram, I made a little post. I wanted people to join me, but a few people hit me up, and then when I told them what the topic was about, they backed up. So to me, it was like it's a red flag. Maybe you shouldn't do it. But no, I mean, why not? I mean, it's Black history. That just let me know that you didn't believe in Black people. And then I felt offense to somebody else had a Black history show and said I wasn't Black enough to be on their show. That's how I took it. They didn't say those words, but that's how I took it. Yeah. Anyways, let me catch up with the chat. Y'all probably are talking so much junk about me right now. We celebrate Black History Month in the UK. JB, thank you. What's up, man? Thank you for popping in. I feel the same way I seen the police car behind me. For real. They profile heavy. Yes, I mean, I do believe racial profiling is real, but I don't. I mean, I try not to let it affect me. It's just when they drive. It's just when I'm driving for some reason when they behind me because I know they'll. I ain't got time to get pulled over, even if I'm not doing that wrong, because they'll just pull you over just cause, and that's a waste of time. I don't have time to just be wasting time. But yeah, anybody got time? The Bible, ha. That's all I'm gonna say. Depending on what you believe in. There's some good stuff in the Bible. There's a lot of good knowledge in the Bible. There's knowledge everywhere. Um, if you think God only spoke to like one or two people, then you're tripping. God spoke to so many people. There's so many lost stories out there. There's so God's still speaking to us today. That some of us are healers and miracle workers that don't even know it. I mean, some of us are performing some of the same acts as Jesus, and they don't even like because of social media and everybody feels like they're better than it. Like we can't even recognize the light anymore. Like there are so many people in this world who are actual lights because that's what Jesus was, right? He was a light, and there's so many lights in this world, but we too busy trying to focus on the darkness. So I mean, there's truth in everything. So I do believe in the. Like I said, I told you I used to preach from the Bible. So there's a lot of things in the Bible. I mean, I believe in the Bible because you can't not believe in the Bible. It's just it's a perspective thing that people really think. Some people take it very literally, very, very, very literally, and I don't think you can do that. Hello, all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't believe Adam and Eve were white. Me neither. I agree. Black people need to just work and stay out of trouble. What? First of all, work for who? I do not agree with this statement. I am not. No, we don't need to just work. No, we need to live. What? No, 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 no. Heck no. today, boy. I'm always on one. I be tripping. I just be tripping. Education, folks. I'm not shy, man. I just know how people can view stuff, and without like really sitting down and talking to me about on a grand scale of everything, you'll never understand what I believe, what I really, really believe. I mean, I know what I believe. I mean, like I said, I believe there's a God. I believe there's people who believe that Jesus is literally the truth, the way, and the light, and just by believing in him, you're going to heaven. Like people really believe that. People believe that there's another man. Let me say this. People believe that you can do whatever you want to do in this earth, walk this earth, and just say, "Yup, he died for me, and I'm good," and think they're still going to make it in these gates or pearly gates. Like that's not how life works, man. Like I'll go to my grave believing that. I mean, everybody ain't gonna make it just because you say, "Hey, man, guess what? I believe in that guy. He died for my sins because he was on the cross." That does not mean you're going to heaven. And the Bible even tells you that. But people, they read what they want to read, man. Lucy, there's somebody before Lucy. We came from aliens. Since the subject came up, so and we're covering all history. So there's a strong community who believe like Anianites. I don't want to say names because I have a few knowledge, but I like messing names up. But there's a mothership just pretty much on the outside watching us, and it's supposed to be getting closer and closer. We were supposedly planted here. I mean, and I'm sure y'all have heard that story too. We were supposedly just planted here, and we're supposed to make this planet, livable for the next few million years until they decide to come back, and handle whatever they have to handle out there. Then I heard we're food too. They're just going to come back and just whoever's living just eat us all. Europeans are cultural thieves. So many people are cultural thieves. So many apes and aliens. Yep. Some people believe we came from apes. I don't believe that. I do not believe humans came from apes. I don't believe in that kind of evolution. What's going on, jarhead entrepreneur? Oh yeah, I know that. There's many religions everywhere. There's many religions. There's so many religions everywhere. There's many versions of the Bible. There's many, yeah, many versions of religion when it comes to the Bible. Protestants and what is it? Protestant. There's so many. I don't even know. Baptists, Protestants, Catholics. There's too many. Too many. Too many. How can it be one book, but so many different people look at it? That just lets you know, like it's a mind thing, and it's a relationship thing. Mind relationship. You got that relationship with them, like you already know. You're comfort in your belief because you know. Once you get in to that know, I'm telling you, it's a good place to be. Like that's the only thing I can say I'm comfortable in. Like when I go, I know where I'm going. Like, yeah, I know where I'm going. Some people don't even know. Some people running around here treating animals like crap, treating the world like crap, treating the earth like crap, and still think they going to heaven. They still think they are going to the peaceful place, or they still think life's gonna be good, and it's not. You cannot be cruel to society, especially the black man and the black women and the earth. Like those are you cannot be disrespectful, y'all. Boy, I'm telling you, don't know who that is. Weird God allow you to have slaves. Weird God allows you to have slaves. That's a touchy subject because everybody's like God lets you do this or he allows this. Like then he can't take away free will. If I'm a human being and I have the free will, and if I just said, you know what, F it, I feel like being a bad human being today. I have that free will. God, he may put stuff, roadblocks in me to intervene and let me know, yo, are you sure? Like, bruh, are you sure you want to do this? Bruh, I'm showing you the path that you should be going down, but you doing this. All right, I'm gonna let you do just like your parents do. You touch the hot stove one time, like you touch the hot stove again, or you want to be dangerous now and do something more put your finger all the way in the socket. That's on you. Like you have the free will to do that, and it sucks that our free will can impede on others' lives. But that's just what it is. We can't help that people are crazy and bad things happen. I mean, it's a whole free will thing, man. It's a whole free will thing. Free will / karma / all that, man. Like, that's what I believe. People with bigger swords determine who's going to worship whatever and whomever. Pretty much. I mean, pretty much. I don't think how was the Bible? The King James version was written. Wasn't it like they brought like what was it 100 and something scholars in the room, and then they pretty much had to write the Bible their own way, and then they came together and brought it down to like 64 people, and they compared and decided which words and stuff they wanted to put in the Bible or something like that. I mean, again, it's more than what you know. That's why there's so many books of the Bible that are out there. I've been atheist most of my life. I've seen too many. Never knock anybody what they believe in. I would never do that, but believe in something. No, never knock anybody what they believe in. I just, encourage people to just try to find that faith or that peace or that whatever, man. We need it. I came from Vikings. Resellers are aliens. I believe in karma. Me too. I believe in karma. I teeter between atheists and because I do not understand how many people various religious backgrounds can all be correct, or maybe that's exactly it. Yeah, I agree. I think I am. It's so I'm not even a religion. Because like I said, I can put in some Christian music and I can hear some Jesus songs, and everything in me will break down and like feel the power and glory of God and Jesus, because I mean, in my beliefs, I believe there may have been a man named Jesus who walked this earth who wanted to do the right thing, and you know, but this isn't a Bible talk. There's so many words. Oh man, there's so much in the Bible when it comes to Jesus. Like Jesus never thought he was God either. So that's the stance I'm taking. I'm with that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he prayed to somebody. So I'm just trying to pray to who he praying to. You know what I'm saying? That's my take of the Bible, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. There's not word and there's not one. There's not the word Trinity in the Bible anywhere, and that's all I will say about that. I'm about to lose like 55 subscribers. The first slaves in American colonies were brought to Jamestown, Virginia in 1619 by Dutch traders. Slavery in America lasted until 1863. That's crazy. 1863. So if you do math, it's like great, great, great. And people think that's so far away, man. Like this, I know I've met so many people who I've run across, and they're like, "It happened so long ago. Why are you still crying about it?" And it's like, I'm not crying about it. I'm just talking about it, and then the effects about it are still relevant today. Uh, when it comes to like Black history, like we never started off equals. Um, we were good where we were at, and then now we're over here. Like we're not even equals to this day, and and I'm not one of those guys who is a woe is me. I'm a black man. Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing because I'm black. I can't go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those people at all. But this is a conversation. Just because I don't talk about it all the time doesn't mean it's not in my mind. Um, like I know it's harder for me because I am a black man. Like that's one of the things where I think that's sad. As kids, we are taught like you're always gonna have struggles because you're always gonna have that strike against you because you are black and you are a man. Like I heard that since I was a little youngin. Because anybody black in the chat can relate to that. Because I mean that's how I heard a lot. You are a black man. 2 strikes immediately. I started off with 2 strikes immediately because the color of my skin in a world that I never asked to be in. Some old words came to mind after that. It was about to turn into some bars. I'm telling you, I had to stop myself. But it's crazy. Like, man, guys. Oh man. Oh man, okay, okay. So without further ado, man, I do see somebody. I'm glad somebody else came here because I was about to go on a whole tangent. So, my man, y'all already know what I'm gonna do to him anyway. Introduce yourself.
What up, y'all? My name is Derek. Fundamentals of Side Hustle. I think all of y'all know that this particular topic is super true to me. heavy on me because I just being an African American just in the corporate world, just a working world, opened my eyes to a lot of different scenarios that a lot of people don't really deal with. Starting off, just simply, I'm glad the topic is out there as always. I think just in general, Black History Month, as I always laugh when I say Black History Month, it's really like a systematic body of knowledge that was created to educate people on Black history. A lot of things that goes into schooling, right? Just going back on Black history in general, a lot of people we have teaching folks about Black history aren't Black, and I think that's major. I think it's major because it's a lot. Not saying that they don't know it, but they don't live it. I think a lot of history is built in what you've lived. There's no way anyone in the world can go back and excuse me, and talk about true history because no one's living from that time, right? We have these books we call Bibles that's been rewritten a million times. And I think you guys clearly know I'm super outspoken and I could care less if you unsubscribe from me or not. That's just me. I'm just speaking what I feel and what I think. My beliefs do not portray on anyone else in the chat and or Dante. These are just like his beliefs don't carry over to anyone else in the chat. It's his beliefs. My belief is if we're going to be taught history in school or anywhere else, you need to have the right people teaching that history. You need to have the right people that understands that history. And you need to have the right people that lives that history. Because history continues to be created every single day we live, right? From the riots, that's now history, all right? The Rodney King riots, that's history. That's things that we're going to talk about. But yet in school, we're still talking about things that happened back in the 20s and 30s.
The British are coming.
Yeah. Like, and I get it. That's where it all started. But let's talk about the most current histories, the things that are still affecting us right now, the things that we live every single day. As Dante was just touching on, just growing up a Black man in general, you're born with 2 strikes against you. And everyone wants, people want to sit right here and say, well, let's not go into having this mentality that the why me mentality. No, it's not a why me. This is reality. Reality is when we're driving up the street and a police car pulls behind us, you instantly get nervous. And those are natural feelings. It's something you're born with, and it's sad. We're inbred it that way. And we have to educate our kids on this fact. We may not want to. I have mixed kids. You may not want to discuss this, but these are things that you have to educate your kids on. Now, you're not going to inbred in their head that police are bad. Guess what? I was trying to be a police officer. Can you imagine that, me as a police officer? I can't, but I can't imagine that. But I was trying to be a police officer because I feel like the only way we can change some of the things that are going on in the police departments is to kind of integrate ourselves into the system. And it's not that we're going into with a particular thought that we're going to go in and change the whole system. No, we just have to be involved. People want to see our own people involved. And yes, we strike down against Black police officers because we're Black. Oh, you're Uncle Tom and you're in the system. But, when it all boils down to it, when shit goes down, guess who we call them? We call them the police. And who better than show up to your house than an African-American when you have an African-American problem? Like it makes you a little bit more comfortable when you have a Black police officer show up. That's just me in general. It makes me a little bit more comfortable, right?
They're supposed to do that. They're supposed to, if they have, well, although we don't have a lot of black cops and nothing,
Right.
but they're supposed to send a cop in his general demographic. So if a cop is a nerdy looking guy, if he has to go to a nerdy looking area, that's who they're supposed to send. Like that's what they're supposed to assign cops in certain areas. So black people are supposed to be in the black community. That's how it's supposed to be.
Right. And
So I'm
getting back on getting on the Bible, man. Like I think the Bible, and there's a lot of great information in the Bible. I'm not a huge Bible reader. That's just not me. I'm more of a, I guess you can say, agnostic, but not really. You know, I believe there's a higher being. I don't know if you should call him God. I don't know if you should call him, you know, whatever else, but I believe there's a higher being. We were brought here for a particular reason, and, you know, believe and pray in whoever you want to believe and pray in. And people shouldn't be faulted for their own personal beliefs, because we don't know what's right or wrong. We don't know that. There's no one here on this earth that can tell us what really happened to us back in the day. People put these religions in place to give us something to believe in, to give us faith that there's much more out there. There's much more positivity out there than has been portrayed in this horrible world that we live in right now. I have so many thoughts, you know, about just black history in general. Like,
yeah, it's so hard, man. Because even
it is.
like when I was writing this stuff down, I was like, even it's not even. It's I didn't even get to touch on like you're saying. I even got on to like to that was how I was going to end it. Like Black history is still going today. Like, but like it's
been written. It's been written.
It's always written. Everything that we do on a daily basis and the choices that we make and the decision. That's why I was getting back to not even getting back, but just like being more active in the community. Not only necessarily being active in the community with staying outside with picket fences. I don't think that's like the best activism. I mean, like being active, like actually, okay, you see there's a problem in Congress. Well, guess what? Try to step up and be on the board of something to make that change. Like you said, we don't have enough doctors. We don't have enough lawyers. We don't have enough judges. Like the next 50 years, maybe if we can have a focal point on that, that will change the demographic of guess how many people's going to prison. Guess who's in the prison more often than anybody else. Like those little changes with Black history can help in the long run. I mean, just it's so much.
It is. I mean, even just looking back, like in the mid 1920s, mid 20s, that's when Black History Month really first started. Everybody think it started back in the 70s, but really in the 20s, we didn't have a month back then. It's called Negro History Week.
Yep.
Yeah, Negro History Week back in the day, and
I touched on that in the top.
Oh, did you? Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, but no, it is. You know, a lot of people think it started in the mid 70s, and it wasn't. It started back then. It's just when the president came in and implied that we weren't being appreciated for the inventions and the things that we attributed to the human race.
Nothing to do with history.
Yeah, no,
It was product.
It was product. It had nothing to do with history. Look at this great air conditioner that this African American made. No, it has nothing to do with that. We helped build this country, right? We had a strong, firm footing on this country. Just that's history, right? Everything you look at in history in this country, African Americans have been a part of. So stop playing. We were on the front lines. Wasn't nobody else on the front lines. They sent us out first, right? And when we came back from these wars and all these battles, they was like, Jesus Christ, I'm a little nervous. We need to oppress them a little bit more because they can go do this for real. We're going to create more laws to hold them down. And these are facts, man. Learn your history. If y'all want to learn history, read about that. And it has nothing to do about being angry or upset. These are just the facts that are out there that we can actually read, the facts that are out there. And you guys clearly see the effects of this history on the current nature of the world. We are looked at totally different from any other race. And I say right below us is Hispanics. They look at Hispanics, some of the most hardworking people in the world. Some of the most hardworking people. Take the Hispanics off the working line and see what we get out of this country. Yeah, you won't get too much. All right. So that's why they tie us together, because they are just as oppressed as we are. And it's sad. It's sad because you look at the ingredient, right? Same skin tone, right? Same threat, because it's a threat of what they can provide to the country. So we're gonna isolate them and segregate them, and lock them up, and create laws to disband them and keep them down. That's the way the world works. And I think right now, if you look at the history right now, how the world is set up right now, we have more opportunities now than we ever have. Why? Because there's more people, there's more cameras, there's more, the internet, the technology has blew us up and given us more opportunities than ever. And we just have to take heed of it. We have to do our research and work and find out some of the things we can do to help further our future in this country. And it's not about us anymore. It's too late for us. It's about our kids. It's about their kids. It's about what can we do right now to help them have a better life. And you look at the mixed race is what's they're hating that, because mixed kids are going to take over the world.
Taking over.
And they're not going to know what the hell to do at that point. Are they going to hold everybody down? You can't, because they're mixed. These mixed kids are something I think is a beautiful thing, to see all these beautiful mixed kids out there. And of course, our pure breeds out there. But what's really pure anymore? No one's really pure anymore. There's no pure races anymore. That shit is gone. Like pure African American, that's gone. There's, pure Caucasians, pure Hispanic, that stuff is gone. They may look pure.
I am not an African American. I am a freaking American. Just for the record, I have never touched Africa. I've never seen what Africa looked like. I'm an American. And that's crazy too, how they try to distinguish you. That right there, just them giving you that title. He's an African American. I'm American.
Yeah.
I was born in this country. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I was born in Germany. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
like they're trying to distinguish you. If you're gonna call me anything, just call me black. At the end of the day, like I'm a black man who lives in America. Like I claim black. That don't help me. You wanna call me a Negro? You can call me that too. I'll take that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what I am. Don't call me an African American. Try to sugarcoat me like I'm trying to make me feel better that I'm black. That's how I look at that. Oh, African? No, black. Yeah, my bad. Got off on the
No. Hey, I'm the king of rant, so I just appreciate it.
I would be like, these people, they be tripping, man. Why can't I be black? Why can't I just be me? There go that title. Me. I just want to be me.
Yeah. No, I just want to jump on, man, and just share my thoughts. I've been pushing on this all month since, quote unquote, this is our month that they gave us to celebrate. To celebrate, not the rest of the 11 months that are in the year. We just get this one February month that was started in the 1920s.
It's like, when it was like, oh, that's the shortest month. We ain't got to hear about it that much. Like, well, and then every 4 years is one less day we got to hear about it. So just don't worry about it. Yeah,
we don't want to start the year off in January with Black History Month. That's what we don't want. We're gonna put it in February, one of these short months. I don't know. I just think people need to go out and take advantage of all these opportunities that we have out here. There's a lot of opportunities. They're definitely not enough, but there's a lot of opportunities out here for us to go out here and make an impact. For our future, our small little future that we have left, and then our kids and small kids, their kids' future. I just think we need to take heed of these opportunities and go out there and do something.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. You need to plug anything?
Oh, no. Nope. Not at all.
Well, Derek is making his mark in Black history, him and Regina, two Americans who happen to be Black. They have a show Wednesday nights. Make sure y'all go check them out. Wednesdays, Hump Day Hangout. It's probably one of the shows that you can catch me in more often than any other show. But anyways, yeah, make sure y'all go check that out. Thank you so much, Derek, for popping in.
All right, brother.
All right. Totally off track, but that Tar Heel thing, I think I should move it there. Yeah, so it'll probably be there next time. But anyways, yeah, I think it'll look better over there. Anyways, yeah, so Yeah, a good discussion, man. I love it. And just like he said, man, this isn't no black empowerment. This is black empowerment. What am I talking about? Yeah, this is black empowerment. Yes, this is definitely black empowerment. But this isn't all black pride and nothing. But y'all know me. I love everybody. But this is the month that they give me, so I'm going to take advantage of it and make sure, since I have a platform, I need to appreciate my blackness and let everybody know, like, this history, like, history is real. Black history is real. Black people, we're here. Like, we're here. We live. I mean, we ain't just trying to live like y'all. Well, I am. I'm living like y'all. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say to me. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna be me. Try to. Let me catch up with the chat a little bit, because I only have like one more topic, and it's really, I want to honor somebody, because again, like I told you earlier, this is I believe it's Black History Month, and if I'm going to honor anybody, I'm going to hit it. I'm personally going to honor a black female, because man, I just think that's one of the most purest creations on earth. I believe in higher being, but I'm not naive to science and facts. I think I read that already. I believe in law of attraction. I can go off on the topic today, but I have to go. You probably already gone. This was like 5 hours ago. Most cultures have a creation story. For Christians, it's Adam and Eve. For Pueblo tribes, people came from the inside the earth from a place called Sipapu. There was many gods black people served in Africa before the missionary came and left. That is true. That is true. White people have been saying black people are lazy since we stopped working for them for free. For real. I ain't gonna lie. I'm blessed. Some black people lazy though. I ain't gonna lie. Some of us, I can say it. Some of us are lazy, and I hate to say it, but it's true. And the only reason I would say that is because I used to be a former manager, man, and people don't like to work, boy. I tell you, people just work. People lazy. Hey, Marge, hope you're doing okay. God made men free will. You have to decide to be good or not. I agree. I grew up very poor and lived in projects with my mother and 5 brothers and sisters. I remember the hurt of being called poor and living where black people live. It hurt so much. Wow, that's crazy. Living with black people hurt. I mean, just like the feeling, like if you're white and you get in that situation, and that's like a thought that comes to your mind, like poorness. I mean, it's true. I mean, when you think about the communities that they sheltered a lot of black people in, and but it's just wow. It's like that statement is just like wow, man. Like wow, boy. I probably been one of the kids that would never judge a person because of their color or income. Yes, that's yeah, man. I judge. I ain't gonna lie. I judge people all the time. I judge them because of their color of their skin, personality, and all. I'm bad about it, but I'm not. It's bad. It's bad. I do it out of like fun. I judge people out of fun. Sometimes it be true. Nope, it's not. That's like right around the corner. 1863 is not that far. Not that far at all, man. Like for real. People get confused about slavery lasting for hundreds of years and being hundreds of years ago. It's barely been 150 years since slavery. Yeah, for real, bro. For real. Like I I did have some conversations that I was gonna bring up and discuss about some like former slaves that they did like 15 or 20 years ago. Man, like it's crazy. Like some of them people, children still was living at that time and remember like the hardships of slavery. Like and this was just in like not even it was like 2000 something. Very recent, very recent. Like it's crazy, man. It's so crazy, man. Like it's saddening, man. Like my people, man, we struggled, man, and man, big ups to you, man. Big ups to you. And that's not even I'm not even just talking about the black people. It's just big ups to the struggle, man. Because if you have people who don't believe white supremacy doesn't exist. Yeah, everybody has some kind of supremacy. There's Asian supremacy, there's black supremacy, there's everybody got some, but white is the worst supremacist. I can't begin to understand what it must feel like seeing a cop with harm behind me, feeling guilty of doing something wrong just for having dark skin. Yeah, I don't get it either. Like I really, even on my way here, I think I saw a cop. He was like just parked on the side of the road, and I'm driving in the middle of traffic with everybody else going the flow of traffic, but I felt like he gonna come get me. I mean, because this happened before. Like it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Hey, you're never late. Never late. Fundamentals of Side Hustling is his YouTube channel. Hopefully he can drop that in the link if he's still in the chat or something. Black history in schools, basically Rosa Parks, George Washington Carver making peanut butter. Yep. With service to younger generations by not teaching the true cultural history. That's what I mean. When I say like true cultural history, I mean like, why don't you go get the history from actual Africa? Like from actual people who were there. You have any stories for the people who tried to fight off slaves and things like that? Like that's what I be talking about. If you're gonna teach me some kind of history that's gonna be completely irrelevant and useless to me for the future, because you know what, you know how many Paul Revere. That's only really one of the stories I really remember. Paul Revere, and it's useless to me. All the wars and stuff that we had to learn. There was so much black history that we could have learned, and like you said, every school year has that 1 year, and they teach the same exact history every single year for the month of February. It's crazy. It's just like I equate that to like preachers. You know a preacher? Do you know a preacher who can preach a different sermon on Easter? If you have gone to the same church for 5 years, think about Easter sermon. I guarantee you've heard it twice, 2 or 3 times. It's the same rotation of 3 same sermons that you can preach about Easter. You probably heard same Christmas, same sermons. You probably heard this. If you go to the same church for over 20 years, you've heard the same sermon. I guarantee thousands of times. And it's just like the popular knowledge that they want you to know, and which is crazy because last time I checked, there was many books in the Bible. What 67, 68, 9 books in the Bible, something like that. There's so many books in the Bible, and we only learn from like 12 of them. So yeah, that's sad in itself. Bam, there we go, Derek. Thank you, Connie. Selling eBay's work, bro. Work and stay out of trouble. Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, of course. Selling on eBay is work. Trust me, I know. Which fun fact, since we just brought up eBay, my eBay account got suspended. Yeah, yesterday for 7 days. 7 days. This is why I'm a preacher of make sure you have more than one account. Make sure that you are on more than one platform. Make sure you have an income coming in from more than just eBay or more than just Amazon or more than just whatever, guys. I know this is Black history, but this is a little bit of history for you. If you can make sure that you have all your ducks in a row and you can have multiple platforms. Like if my account got suspended for 7 days, any other circumstance, I remember I was listening to somebody's podcast one day and they were talking about you can only do one thing. Don't go outside the box. Once you start doing so many things, no, that's not true. If I would have listened to that advice and if I would have only stuck to eBay, right now I would be looking crazy for 7 days because I wouldn't have had nothing else to do. But luckily I have a Macari account, I have an Amazon account, I have another backup eBay account that I can list on that I will be okay. So yeah, be prepared for as many situations as you can. We built the major monuments in DC. We need more monuments. Kings. I like history. I like history in general, though. What's going on, Red Dirt Picker? Tell your reps to vote for HR. Nope. We don't do no promotings about votings around here. Do you have particular books that you were going to read, watch, and listen to? On what kind of subject? Like Black history, or just like history in general, or in some areas Spanish get treated better than blacks, but it's all love on my end. Yeah, I mean, that's just all. It just all depends. I know it just all depends. I mean, because I don't want to undermine like the Asian race either. There's some Asians who get treated piss poorly as well. So it's on the grand scale, and there are whites who get treated piss poorly too. But this is Black History Month. We're talking about Black people. Yeah, people of color. Yeah, everybody gets mistreated. Hope everybody knows that. Black and I'm proud. Better say it loud. Who you playing with? Let us say it loud. Most light skinned Black people have white in them. That's why they so light. I mean, what does that have to do with anything? But they're Black. I mean, at the end of the day, they're Black. They're Black. If you got a percentage of white in you, you're Black. Or if you got a percentage of Black in you, you're Black. Because we come from Africa, all dark skin. Everybody came from Africa. Then according to you, you were born in Germany. Then you are not an American. You were just a citizen. No, I'm American because I was born on I'm a military brat, and we have that right. Technically, when I turned 17, I could apply for dual citizenship if I wanted to. Yeah, I got them rights. I am American, not just a citizen. Better look at my birth certificate. Shout out to Harriet Tubman. I want to watch that movie. I was gonna talk about her today, but that's just like somebody who's popular that everybody knows about, and I don't want to just talk about something that everybody's talking about. I mean, that's just I try to be a little bit different, which is crazy because I really want to see that movie. It popped up on my little thing the other day, but it wanted to charge me like $24. I wasn't gonna pay for that. I was gonna get it out of Redbox for $2. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you do that? But I want to see that movie. I think I should. It's Black History Month, and you just showing it to me is telling me I need to go see that movie. But yeah, I was going to feature her today as my special person that I wanted to honor for Black History. But like I said, didn't want to be too generic. One of the most brilliant economists just passed back December, Walter E. Williams. Shout out to George Washington Carver. Have you on my headphone listening while I'm heading to my bin store. Why did it get suspended? What is it? What is it? What is it? Let's see what it was. Some board game. I don't know. Some board game. Oh, still making sales though. Y'all see that? Paid. eBay's gets on my nerves. And I was outbid on the item. That's great. Oh, it's some kind of board game. I really don't. Looking for it now. It is a drawing without dignity adult party game of uncensored sketches, dirty funny. That's what it is. That's what got me barreled. Your listing was reported by 2.0 Games LLC for offering a counterfeit item. eBay barreled rights owner program offers intellectual property rights. Blah 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 blah. What up, Vincent? Gotta go. Yeah, me too. So since I want to go ahead and talk about somebody. Her name is Ya Ashante Iwa. Ya Ashante Iwa. She was in Ghana, so she was Ghanaian, and she was a brave warrior queen, and she was born in 1840 into the Ashanti Kingdom. Um, she managed to form and lead an army that fought against the British invasion, and this is the invasion where they were trying to come and capture some of her people for, for purposes that weren't any good. The area where she ruled was under attack from the British and was exiled to Seychelles. For the Ashanti people, the Golden Stool. So pretty much this king, he was like, you know what? They're too powerful over there. We need to go interrupt what they got going on. Ya, I'm gonna call her Ya for the purposes of not saying her last name 17 times. Ashitua. But Ya, she was like, I ain't going for that. You know what I'm saying? There's a stool that this dude wanted, trying to come get her people. She ain't going for that. Obviously, I can't tell the story because I'm not a storyteller. But they came in there to like, yo, yeah, we need a few slaves. We're gonna need that stool, or it's gonna be some problems. And y'all was like, who is you, white fella? You looking mighty pale today. You coming my place? Talking about you need my people? I got something for you. Go get my switch. You know how they do. Shout out to the black people still getting switches since 1972. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so this lady, she really they had like a huge battle for years, man, and she was able to save her kingdom from being taken by this guy, the British Empire. So that's what's up. The British governor Frederick Hodgson. I don't even know how to say his name. I'm not even going to give his name respect for trying to go take my people's stuff. But yeah, Governor Frederick Hodgson. He made a huge mistake. He demanded to sit on the wrong stool. That's what it says. So shout out to Ya Ashatiwa. A little part of history that y'all probably didn't know. I bet y'all didn't even know nobody named Ya Ashatiwa before. I know I didn't until I found the story. And I thought it was cool. Some lady, black, black, black woman protecting her people. Find that we already knew what time it was. Why did it get suspended though? Didn't I just tell you? My lips keep getting so ashy. All right, it's been a long time. I've been on here for a little bit too. They don't teach how poor whites and blacks united after the Civil War, but whole communities, school, libraries, universities, community centers, elites could not allow this self empowerment. Yeah, once you get around, I mean, they tried to separate them for so long. I mean, even certain people didn't want their children growing up in racial jungles. So we know that we know that so many people were against it. Even nowadays, there's so many private schools who are just for the elite. There are so many areas that you can't go in. There in my old state, North Carolina, they literally still have rallies and stuff for the KKK. Like it still goes down. Like this is so far from over. It's so far from over. But at the same time, it's getting closer. And the only reason I say that is because I believe the racist generation, they have to die off eventually. Like Derek was saying, there's so many mixed kids coming up nowadays. They're taking over. Like in the next 50 to 60 years, I believe the percentage of the demographic, I think where are they at, like I want to say like 7% or something like that. I believe that junk's supposed to be jumping like 20 something percent. So that demographic is going to jump up exponentially and it's going to be crazy. Why can't I talk when I touch this mic? That's another problem I have. But anyways, yeah, so it's gonna get crazy. And I think slowly all the racist people who are 90, they're gonna die. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but they have to pass on. And when they pass on, even though they have racist kids, they'll eventually pass on as well. And then their grandkids, they have to go to school with other people and they want friends. And eventually there will only be a small percentage of racism. That's my beliefs. But by then the world might be over with. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I know, right? I meant to say that in my first video that I was black. I just didn't want to spoil it. But now you know I'm black. Facts. That I agree. It's history. It's not just black history, and that's that's why I made the statement earlier. If you want to talk about when you say the word history, it is black history, and that's pretty much the final word of the day. When you think about history in general, no matter what it is, it's black history. No matter what day it is, even though we get this 1 month regulated to us, generalized, but that doesn't mean that we're not still special every single month of the year. I mean, there's a Valentine's Day. That doesn't mean love is only special once a year. So don't think that blackness and black greatness and all the things that we can provide learning our history is only relegated to 1 month. It's on us to make that decision if we want to actually take the steps and learn a little bit more of black history if that's something that you want to do. And we can do that any day of the week, any month of the year. That's completely up to us. But again, like I said, the most what I wanted to say is when you think of history, you're automatically thinking of black history. Um, we all came from darkness. That's just the best way to say it. The Bible says we all came from the dark. Then he said, "Let there be light." So it's history, man. Who am I to start preaching to y'all next? Next week I might preach. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. Yeah, I think I'm about to go, man. Because if it ever piss you off being black, like not piss you off, but piss you off at the way that we're like really treated. Like when you really just sit here and think about it and how like it pisses me off so much, man. Like even the fact I don't even like this is not no woe is me crap. So please don't go there. I'm just having a conversation. Even thinking about like the prison time, man. Like, bro, y'all did that because y'all know why y'all did that. You know what I'm saying? Like deep down, y'all know why y'all did that. This is not a Ben's conversation. Sorry. Like to me, I'm not even gonna say what I'm thinking. No, I'll tell you, this is a great conversation. Thank you so much. It's different in the South. What it's horrible in the South. It's not dying. Yeah, it is. Their children are going to be taught it. Mm, I think just from experience, that's why I say I'm pretty sure this is dying. I didn't say it was dying quickly, but it's dying. I mean, it's definitely it's getting better. Like you see it getting better, not at a fast pace like it should be, but it's definitely getting better. I mean, the mixed babies say it all in itself. I mean, for real, man. I mean, you can't go anywhere nowadays without seeing like an interracial couple or friends kicking it with like a group of just so many different types of human beings. Like it's the world's getting so much better. And I want to recognize that too. This is not no, oh, Black history, we're still behind and we still no. I am a hardworking man, you know what I'm saying? I do my own thing how I want to. I couldn't have done this 70 years ago, you know? So like there definitely has been progress. 70 years ago, I could not have walked down the street comfortably and like, you know, being as free as I want it to be. Drinking from the same water fountain or just going to any water fountain or any public restroom. I don't have to like drive out of my way to, oh man, I have to use the bathroom, but I can't use this bathroom. It's all white only. Like this, we've definitely made progress, you know. You still have those restaurants who we're private only, we're private owned, you know what I'm saying? We still have problems with things of that nature. It's still prevalent in the world, but overall, bruh, it's better. You know it's better. It's better. It can get a lot better. It can get a whole lot better. But it could be worse, man. But yeah. At this point in time, I don't know. For some reason, I thought I was gonna be here all day because I could really talk about what I really want to talk about all day. But yeah, just don't forget any history. Like it's all important. It really is. Make sure that you That's sad because you don't want people buying because you're black. That's And I've done that before too. I ain't even gonna lie. Once I had a picture and I saw my hands, I was like, somebody's gonna see that I'm black and may not buy it. But it's sad that we gotta think that, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yanzi, Yanzi Wamenza, who challenged shout out to Yanzi. Hope I'm saying that right. Gotta put some respect on the name. Yeah, there's so many. There would look, man. When you go back in history too, the most prevalent the most prevalent people are women, man. Like, man, especially in Africa. Oh my God, man. History is littered with just women who was all about the cause and just like, man, they're the stronghold, man. The black woman was a stronghold of the community and still is to this day. Yep. I agree. I agree. So guys, yeah, that's pretty much it. I have to go now. Yeah, before I go, I might as well go ahead and plug myself as Black History Month. A little bit of history of Tay. I got merch. Don't forget to go check all my merch. It could be part of history one day. They could be like, man, that's that black guy. He was a YouTuber, and then he changed the world by his blessings. He just blessed people every single day, even when he didn't want to, even when he was down on his luck, even when he knew the blessing that he was giving to somebody else may not even affect them. Even when he knew, I can bless this person, but you know what? I got bills. I'm going to bless them anyway. Like, hopefully, I can leave my mark in history. Just being a black guy, average Joe. Yeah, man. That's the goal, man. I want to be great. I really want to be great. I don't know what I'm going to be great at. I don't know what I'm going to be great, man. You know I'm going to be great because there's so many roadblocks trying to stop me from being great. Yeah. Just want to leave my mark in history. A positive mark in history. That's the goal, man. That's the goal. Make sure you bless somebody today. Because I promise you, gonna bless somebody tomorrow.